it erodes common sense, because a lot of times when the narcissist is like this, when they give you the silent treatment and they stop talking to you, when you look back and you think of what the situation was and why they were doing it, it makes no sense. It's just not, it doesn't line up with what was going on to not talk to you and to ignore you. And it would often happen a lot on special occasions when you would go away, when there were special events like birthday parties, or you had to travel to go somewhere. That was a lot of the times when it happened in my personal life. That's when it would start with a little argument, and the next thing I know, they're not even looking at me or talking to me or my children. And I think, and I don't know if anyone else can, testify to this, the same experience, but for me, towards the end of my marriage, I think that the hardest part, it was hurting me more that they would give the silent treatment to my children than me. Because I was like, as a mother, and if you're a mom, you'll understand this, you take the brunt for your children. Like, you'll take a bullet for your kids, right? There's nothing you won't do for them. And you think at the time that you're doing the right thing by staying in this marriage. I just want to say that for those that have maybe been made to feel guilty for staying as long as you did, don't ever feel guilty, and don't feel bad for what you did, because you did it because you believed it was the right thing to do, especially if you are a godly woman and you are in a marriage and you made your vows before God and you take them very seriously. You stayed because you had hope and faith that they were going to change. And the fact that they kept telling you they were going to change and they would change for a little while, this is where we get hooked, and people don't understand this, is that they will actually begin to do the things that make it look like they've changed because they're good at acting and they can keep it up for a while. But then eventually their true colors come out again and the mask slips. But each time something happens, they make you the same promises, but then they go back to that character. Well, now you've got children involved. You have a marriage. You have a home. You have all this investment. You've worked so hard to make it work. You don't just walk away. You can't just up and leave a marriage or a relationship after a long time. This is what people don't realize. But the biggest component is that your brain has been so abused. In fact, they're even saying that there is actual brain damage in the frontal cortex in the brain of people who have been emotionally and psychologically abused. The facts are coming out. The evidence is there. And so how can you make proper decisions, life-altering decisions? Let's just add that in here. This is deciding to leave a marriage is not like deciding what flavor coffee you're going to have that morning, right? These are destiny decisions, destiny choices, and we don't make them lightly. So there's already that component in it, but now you add the fact that you have been abused and you have this damage in your brain. You have brain fog. Your memory is not the same. You also, you second guess your decisions because they made you do that from gaslighting all those years. So you will always question your decisions and your choices, right? Second guessing yourself for everything, right down to groceries. It's all a part of the breaking down that you don't have like someone that hasn't been through it. You don't think the same way. You're hyper vigilant more, right? You're more cautious of things, right? Some people may think that you look paranoid. You're not paranoid. You're not crazy. It's just you've been made to be hyper vigilant because of all the lies that you've been going through. I just want to say this, that when somebody looks in your eyes, someone that you are married to, someone you have children in a home with, someone you walked down the aisle with and made your vows before God, okay? And when they have the ability to look in your eyes and to tell you that they didn't do something when they actually did, that is inconceivable. That is on a whole other level of evil. And that does something to somebody over time. And so people have to really understand what people are dealing with behind the scenes, because in most cases, when you're in this marriage with someone or relationship, when you're around other people in the public, they are not typically the same. They will act differently. And this is why a lot of us don't tell people what we're going through for years. Because who they are in public and who they are behind closed doors, if we told people, they wouldn't believe us. And I still to this day know 100% that there are people out there that have been manipulated from my past, from my experience. They've been manipulated by that person, and they haven't talked to me since my divorce because they believe that I am the monster, that I've done something wrong. Because they've made up stories, they have lied, and I have the evidence to prove it. They have made up lies. They have said things that are not true about me, because this is what they do. Remember this: if a narcissist can no longer control you, they will control the narrative about you. I'm going to say that again. If a narcissist can no longer control you because you've left, they will control the narrative about you. And so that's where the smear campaign comes in. You will hear about the smear campaign. What that basically is they're going to go around and they're going to tell people all kinds of horrible things about you that are not true, that you have never done, that you would never do. Or they're going to tell half-truths. They're going to take some of the things that you've shared with them and they're going to twist it and make it look bad, okay? And so this is unfortunate because this has actually alienated some children from their own mothers, because the spouses have gone and started a smear campaign. Even to lawyers, they are making false documents, false allegations against the mother, or the ex-wife is doing it to the husband, the man. The father is being smeared by the narcissistic wife. She's telling people that he does this, he does that, and next thing you know, the children are either being taken from the father or they don't even get shared custody. They're fighting in court, spending money, trying to get custody back of their children. This always happens when you're in with a narcissist in most cases. If the children are young and they're not able to make their own choices, it's going to be a hard battle. It's going to be a long road, but you can get through it and you will get through it. God will be with you. God will help you through it. He did it for me and he will do it for you too. Okay? So getting back to the silent treatment, yes, it is a very insidious type of abuse. It's cruel. It's basically telling somebody you don't exist. You are not important enough to me to talk to. You are nothing. You are a nobody. Okay? And this even happens in friendships with narcissists. And I've had those too, where they will just completely drop you, or they will just completely just stop talking to you. They will just ghost you, basically, right? No explanation, no understanding, no communication. They just go. And you know why that is? Because you no longer serve a purpose for them. You're not giving them what they need anymore, or they have found it from somebody else. So that goes in friendships as well as romantic relationships and marriage as well. Okay? But yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit tonight about that. I just wanted to talk about the silent treatment and how for me in my situation, it's just so invalidating and it's just so inhumane to do that to somebody, to treat them, especially when this is your partner. This is the father of your children or the wife, the mother of your kids. It's just so invalidating and so dehumanizing and cruel. And I don't wish it on my worst enemy. It's just that bad. So I just want to share that tonight. And I want to tell you that if you are being ignored, given the silent treatment, if you find yourself chasing and begging for someone to talk to you, to give you time to communicate, can I tell you something? That is not love. That is abuse. And you don't deserve that. If you're willing to communicate and communicating with respect, and this person is refusing to communicate with you, no matter who it is in your life, whether it's a friend, a partner, your spouse, whatever, it is abuse and it's not right. And if you've brought it to their attention, you've asked them to communicate more than once, then you need to step away. You need to realize your worth and know that you don't need to chase for love and you don't need to beg for love. You do not need to beg for communication. If they don't want to communicate, hit the block button. It's that simple. I know it's hard emotionally because we get our heart attached, we get involved, and we get too attached. But I have to tell you, you don't deserve that. If you communicate, if you are respectful, and that's all you're asking in return, and they're refusing to give it to you, walk away. Walk away. If you are married, you need to look at other areas of your marriage and see what else is going on. And if you're being lied to, they're cheating repeatedly, and they are gaslighting you and manipulating you and abusing you in any other ways, you need to walk away, my friends. You need to think about what you're going to do because it's abuse. That's the bottom line. So anyways, I hope that I've encouraged someone. If you relate to what I shared with you tonight, just leave a comment in below in the comments, or you can send me a direct message. I would love to talk to you and connect with you, and in any way I can try to help you. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to share, encourage, enlighten. And as always, I just want to say, God is the foundation of this channel. He is my hope. He is my strength. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be sitting where I am today. I would not have the strength that I have, and I wouldn't be here speaking to you and encouraging you. So when I tell you to seek God and to look to God, even if you never have, give him the opportunity, give him the chance, and I promise you, he will show you that he can strengthen you, he can help you, and he can give you that hope when you're hopeless. He will love you, and he will get you through whatever you're facing right now. I promise. Okay? God bless you, and have a great week. It is Sunday. I pray you have a blessed week. Take care.